Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my second video of the day because I know it's been a while since I made one, so I figured I'd be very up to date. So I just want to talk a little bit more about the second shot and what we saw afterwards. So I left off that he had this cold, and that's actually the only time he's gotten sick since the first shot of the BCG, and that his numbers were very much in range and normal on the same levels of insulin. But the swings that he saw stopped. And I'll just also say that I would caution anyone who gets it, if you're on a pump, he's not on a pump. We're multiple daily injections, MDI. So that, if you have an automatic pump and it says 190 and then the next swing is to 90, that the pump doesn't give you insulin for the 190 if that's not your real number. So you might want to just be very careful about that and having the automatic, insulin go based on the readings. So, and I know some other people seeing also same thing with the Dexcom. If the Dexcom reads, 300 at night, definitely want to finger stick in and make sure that it's, not a false reading because of, the macrophages or anything. So I'll just, put that warning in there for anyone who gets it. So, so in terms of the swings, they came back after the cold, and I'll just say also that he felt himself being low. So he was low. He is low at the time, and then he comes up. So he said, I'm low, say 70 something or whatever, 60 something. And then a minute later, he'll be like, I'm not low anymore. And then he'll be like, I'm low again. So that was happening a lot. Again, not all the time, but it came back after his cold went away. So one night, I think around December 27th or 28th or so, he was just beeping all night long, low. And so we dropped him back to 7 after that, and he was just more consistent and steady, and the swings went away. So that was about, again, December 28th. So we had him on 7 from December 28th through, let's say, January 11th or so. And then he started not having swings, but going low a lot and dropping quickly. So we put him back at 6 then. So he was on 6 for 4 or 5 nights. His brother got a stomach bug, and then that night after that we needed to give him 7 again because I don't know, he was fighting off the virus or whatever. He wasn't doing as well, because then when we had put him on 6, he did amazing, stayed 80s and 90s all night, and just had a good day that you could want. So so once this, thankfully he didn't catch the stomach bug. He's except for the cold, he's not been sick, and everybody else caught it. But he needed 7, and eventually about 2 weeks ago we had to go back to 8. So, but then last night he was low for the last 2 days. He, even giving him carbs, he wouldn't get above 70. So we gave him 7 last night. He did very well, didn't go low, but was like 80, 90s and, low hundreds all night. And I'll just say that, so the Lantus, the basal has been kind of a little bit swingy. But I will say in terms of the meals, he's been doing very, very well. I would say very consistently. He does not go high above a meal if we dose him properly and we wait, the 20 minutes or so for the insulin to kick in. So most meals, the highest he'll go, if we do that, let's say he's, gets a 60 carb meal, and we give him 2.5 units, we wait the 20 minutes, he will not really go above, let's say, 150. So previously that was obviously not the case. And the only exception to that is lunch at school, because he gets dosed and he goes to eat. There's no waiting time. But even then he only goes to, 200 max, maybe low 200s. Like, he doesn't go to 230 or 240 or higher anymore. So that's really good. And he comes down very quickly. If he goes high after lunch, because he, again, doesn't wait, he'll only spend an hour or less high. It's usually. So that's what we've seen there. And the only other thing we've been seeing also why he needs the 8 is we see growth highs practically every night. And they range anywhere from 150s for 4 hours from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. to, 180s, 190s. Again, so not very high, but, still there. And that's been, pretty, we used to see that once every 10 days and we're now seeing it practically every night. So that's why we also need the 8. So, but the lunch, the meals, not going high is really great. We're really pleased with that. So that's all for now. I will pick it up again in the next video of the further progress that we see.